What's up, everybody? Ronnie from Mo Outdoor Experiences here, and I'm showing you what I've got in my pack right now, kind of a detailed list. And so this is my winter setup, and so this is what I'm keeping in my pack as of right now. It's January still, so this is my coldest weather setup. So I'm using the Amazon Basics 75-liter pack here. I haven't had it very long. I've used it on a couple trips. I like the way it packs. It seems to have held up so far. Only time will tell to see how durable it is. And then I am sleeping in an Equip double hammock that I bought like 6 years ago from Walmart, using tree straps. Then with a Gold Armor 10x12 rainfly with a ridge line with Prusik knot guy lines on there to hold it off, and some tent stakes here. And then I'm using a One Tigress Shield Cradle Pro 23-degree underquilt, which is awesome. I love this thing. This thing was a game changer for me in cold weather hammock sleeping. And then I got the trusty old Coleman 10-degree mummy bag that I got from Walmart a few years ago. And this is my last piece of gear that I really want to upgrade by next winter. I really want to buy a 0-degree down bag, which will be like half the size packed as that thing is. But with the underquilt and this bag and my tarp over me, I have not gotten cold, and it's been about 20 degrees at night on my coldest trip so far, and I've done great. I've been warm, I've slept good, it's been great. And so as we get into spring, I will ditch this Coleman mummy bag, and I'll switch to this 50-degree bag, and I'll keep the underquilt, and then I'll keep that well into summer. And then come July and August and the hot months, I'll ditch the underquilt completely and just have this 50-degree bag. But for now, this is what I'm keeping till at least the next probably a couple months. So, moving on. My cook set. I'm just using a cheap little Walmart cup. I was using a Stanley pot, and then I started getting to where I was cooking more meals like my ramen and my oatmeal in freezer bags. So I use this cup to boil my water, and then I pour the water into my freezer bags, and then I boil a little more water to make my coffee, which has worked great so far. And so here's my Snow Peak titanium spork. I really like that thing. It's really light, does the job. It's the lid off my Stanley cup. Then here I keep a bandana, and coffee singles is what I drink when I'm camping. It's easy. You just boil the water, add the coffee single. They're like tea bags. You just put their coffee, put them in there and let them steep. And then I have an E-Tech City piezo self-igniting stove in there. And then normally I just buy this Coleman fuel from Walmart, but here lately I haven't been able to find it. So after this one runs out, I've got some jet fuel, or what is it? I think that's what it's called, jet boil fuel. So I'm gonna switch to that. Sometimes, depends. I'm not a thru hiker. I'm not about saving weight. I go to have fun. I go with a purpose. I go to camp to hunt, or hunt deer, hunt squirrel, or I go to fish overnight but still camp and sleep. I go just to see cool spots. I'm not necessarily just a lightweight backpacker. I go for comfort. I want to sleep good, and I want to have fun. So by no means am I trying to be light. I'm trying to keep it light enough where I'm not in pain, and I can hike as far as we need to wherever we're going to do whatever we're doing, and still not be, tired or nothing. But I'm not trying to be the lightest guy on trail. With that said, sometimes, most of the time, I leave the skillet and stuff at home. But sometimes when we go camping, I'm going with some buddies, and we're fishing overnight or through the weekend or something. And I'm going to bring a backpacking grill, which is down here. I'll usually bring this backpacking grill, which slides right in in my pack. And I'll bring this skillet, and I got a Nalgene bottle here with some oil, and I'll bring some fish fry. And when we're camping, me and buddies will catch us some fish and fry them right up there at camp. But if we're just catching fish to bring home, or just going out to have fun, then normally I stick to my just add boiling water meals. Speaking of my just add boiling water meals, in here I've got a freezer bag full of 2 oatmeal packets for my breakfast. This trip, I'm trying this cup of noodle stir fry. You just add some boiling water to it, and easy enough. It's its own container. I can just burn it or pack it back out after I'm done. And with anything I eat like this, a lot of times I just use a freezer bag with a couple packs of ramen noodles in it, ready crushed up and ready to go. Just add some water to it for dinner. But I figured I'd try this one from the next trip. And then right here, I have a squeeze bottle full of yum yum sauce, which really spices it up, really makes ramen noodles and stuff like that better. I love the yum yum sauce. Also adds a little bit of fat and a little more calories to your meal. I also like to bring these little trail mix singles. I got a couple in there, and then I'll have like 1 or 2 in the top flap of my bag so I can reach it easily. So those are my trail snacks. Sometimes I bring different stuff, but this is just for my next trip. I'm planning just an overnighter in cold weather, and we're gonna do some fishing, and so that's all I'm bringing for that. So let's see what else we got here. I use a smart water bottle, and along with a Sawyer Mini. And so I usually just pack in 1 bottle worth of water, and then when I get to the campsite, I do all my cooking and drink my coffee with river water usually. For sleeping, I pretty much always have a stocking cap, an extra pair of warm wool socks, and an extra pair of underwear in here. Even if you don't need them or use them, you can use it as a little pillow, because I never bring a pillow. But a lot of times with it being cold, right before bed, I'll put on the winter socks or the wool socks, and I'll put on the stocking cap, and it just helps keep me warm, which I never really had a problem with anyway. So I use a rechargeable LE headlamp, because sometimes I have a little backpacking solar panel for multi-day trips when I know I'm not going to be able to, when I know my battery banks are going to run out, which is in here. I have 2 10,000 mAh, whatever you could say it, battery banks, which is perfect for the weekend. But if I'm going out for a longer period of time, I use that backpacking solar panel right there, which works great. Charges my headlamp, charges my phone, charges my battery bank, charges everything I need. So yeah, so that takes care of my electronics. I carry a little bitty, because like I said, most of the time I work during the week. Most of the time whenever I go camping, it's just for the weekend. But I just carry a little bit first aid here, some moleskin, some Band-Aids, some little bigger Band-Aids, a safety pin in there in case you get a thorn or a splinter or something. I got some allergy meds in there in case you sleep by something that doesn't agree with you. I got some Tylenol, I got some ibuprofen, and I got some anti-diarrhea stuff in there, some Q-tips. Real lightweight pack. Must have, you gotta have some toilet paper when you're camping, unless you're just camping at a campsite that has a bathroom right by it, but which I hardly ever do. So I always keep toilet paper. Let's see, here is my little fire kit with my ferro rod and some tinder and my bellow to help get some oxygen to the core of the fire to get it started. I got some char cloth in there I made, which makes taking a spark and starting your bird's nest super easy. If you want to see me use this, show me how this kit works, just comment below and tell me you want to see how that fire kit works. So yeah, let's see, there's my sleep gear, my cook stuff, my food, my clothes, my little stuff there. What else we got? So I keep a little piece of plastic here for my pack, so I can lay my pack on the ground if it's snowing or raining or whatever. I can just toss this out. I keep this right in the side, right where I can reach it while I've still got the pack on, so I can pull it out, unfold it, and set my pack on it while I'm setting up camp. I keep a little Fiskars folding saw here. That, along with my buck knife, I can process pretty much any of the wood I need to. Sometimes I bring my Fiskars hatchet too. It's nice for driving tent stakes, or if I'm building something, or sometimes it's just nice to have. If I don't care about weight or how far I'm hiking in or stuff. Sometimes it's nice to have. So these are I always keep some hot hands too. These super warmers are great. Sometimes in the hammock, if you do get cold, I just open it up and I squeeze it between my thighs and just sleep on my side, and super warm that way. So the pride and joy of my pack. Here's my 2 collapsible fishing rods. I have a bunch of fishing rods. I have a boat. You know, I have all the gear in the world for bass and crappie and catfish and gar. But I love these two. These two, they strap right on the back of my pack. This top one is a 7-foot pole and the bottom one is a 5.5-foot pole. So how I have these set up is I have the 5.5-foot pole set up with this 4-pound mono and with usually worm hooks and like little jigs and stuff like that. But I'm just catching bait fish with it. And then on my 7-foot pole, I have 20-pound braid, and then I use a 12-pound mono leader. Because where I'm using this setup at, there's mainly just channel cat under 5 pounds. So, you know, perfect size for that. But they strap right on the back of my pack. I can hike them right in with hands free. And then when I get to camp or get to my spot, boom, I got them. And here's the little fishing kit I keep with it. In here, I've got another Altoids tin full of hooks and weights and jigs and all kinds of lures and hooks and sinkers and stuff. And I got catfish circle hooks, and I got some egg sinkers right here. I got some swivels in there. I got some extra 4-pound tests for the bait line. There's a little stringer in there. There's a pair of fingernail clippers in there. And then I keep the 12-pound mono for leads for my catfish pole. And then you always got to have a decent multi-tool for in case you get deep hooked fish or whatever. So yeah, this is, and then I keep this little tripod for my phone here too for filming. So this is pretty much everything in my pack, what I would keep in a pack for a weekend. Only thing that, like, say this is mainly for, with this food is set up for just pretty much an overnight, all day, overnight, and half the day. Only thing that would change about this to go further or longer is just adding more food. Other than that, this is pretty much all I need for, I could survive down in probably closer to 0 degrees, but at 20 degrees Fahrenheit, I am super comfortable sleeping. So if you liked this video and you want to see anything in this video used, you want to see anything about the fishing rods or the fishing kit or my fire kit or just anything about it at all, just comment asking me to make a video for it, and I will. I'm going to be doing lots of kind of stealth camping videos this year. There's some places that have some good fishing that I'd like to fish overnight, which is legal to fish overnight, but you're really not supposed to camp there. But I'm getting a little bit older now, and I like to sleep throughout the night. It's hard for me to stay up. So I'm planning on a lot of work day overnighters fishing with my new bite alarms also, which haven't came here yet. But I plan on setting up my catfish rod right by my sleep setup and with the bite alarm, so I can be snoozing and still wake up whenever I get a bite and catch fish. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. I'll put in the description box how much this setup weighs, what is the base of this, and I won't add the food, the water, or the fishing kit in it, or the skillet stuff, because that's, like I said, that's usually not with me. But I'll do a base weight of everything else, and then I'll tell you my total weight with my overnight food and water and my fishing setup. So you guys have a great day, and like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and Mo Outdoors out.